Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Papercraft. Today I'm showing you the videos for the cards we're going to make in September's Slimline class. So this is the Hello card. Now first of all, what I wanted to show you was die cutting out the leaf. So it's from the Gathered Leaves set. I've done 3 of them. I'm just going to do the one that's in cinnamon brown. Get it the right way around. That one. This is the new Stampin' Up Stampin' Cut machine. So it embosses and cuts like any other machine. Now what I did with the cardstock, I should have done this away from here, is I just spritzed it with a little bit of, this is alcohol mixed with the Champagne Mist Shimmer Paint. You can use water. You have to be careful with these bottles because the mica does bung up the nozzle a bit, which I found in another one I've got, so I'll have to empty that and get some new ones. But this just, I think spritzing it with water with the cardstock just helps the embossed details from the die cut, from the die. As you can see, it cuts and embosses. It just helps it to be more defined. So I'm just going to spritz this around here. I'll just got my hand. I'm going glittery. So you can see now alcohol dries pretty quickly. With water you'd have a bit more time, but this is just really nice, quick and simple. And then die cut that through. Now I am holding my machine down, that's because I'm on paper. If you put it onto a non-slip surface, it has got rubber feet that will hold it all down for you. But I'm on paper, it doesn't do that on paper. Alright, let's put that there, let's get this out. And I should also show you that this folds up quite compactly like that. So it's quite a nice shape and size. Okay, so we just have to say these dies are a little bit difficult to get out because there's no pokey holes in them. But you can just, with very gently, there we go. And hopefully you can see that it really does help to make the embossing pop a little by having that and having the sparkle. Hopefully you can see the sparkle. It is quite a subtle sparkle, I have to say. Not on my thumb. My thumb is quite sparkly at the moment, but hey ho. Right, and then what I want to do is just show you how I quickly coloured the circles. These are using the blends. So I'll start with this one. This is cinnamon brown and Cajun craze. So that's a dark one, that's the light one. Let's start off with the dark one. And it's really quite straightforward. I'll do the light one. I'll just go over it several times like that just to get that blend. Now we start off with the light one of these ones. This is cinnamon cider. This is one of the newer colours. And you just want to go over. I'll just have the dark at the end. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is a background thing. So I do like that, and then I'll go back over with the lighter one just to blend it all in. So I'm doing it quite roughly, and then I'm just going to get the light Cajun craze and just go over and that makes that kind of gradual transition. And what I will also do, it doesn't really matter which colour you use really, is just go around the edges so you don't see any of the white edge of the circle. And these are just the stitched so that one's done, stitched shapes, the kind of, I think, second smallest circle there. So the next one I'm doing is Blackberry Bliss. Make sure I'm getting it right. So this is quite a strong colour. So I'm not going to use the dark one too much. And also the blend between the Blackberry Bliss and the Magenta Madness is a little bit difficult. So I'm just going to, because the Magenta Madness is actually very magenta, very bright, very, as you can see, it's almost like a fluorescent pink. So what I do, let me just get this layered down. I'm doing exactly the same as I did with the browns. So, again, I'm not going to use too much of the dark Magenta Madness because it is a very strong colour. And just go over again with the light Blackberry Bliss. And if there are any areas you think are a little bit weaker in colour, just go over them. Like that. That's the light magenta. So you can see the blend between the two is a bit difficult because the Magenta Madness is such a strong, bright pink. So what I did was I just went over the whole lot with a little bit of Balmy Blue, and that just tones it down. It's still not perfect, but it just edges that colour down a little bit. So makes the blend a little bit, oh, going all over the place, a little bit easier. And again, it doesn't matter which one you use, just go over the edges. Now, obviously, you might not have alcohol markers, you might have blends or alcohol markers and such. So what I'll do, looks a bit washed out there, is you can use whatever colours you want, as long as they kind of roughly match what we got there. You know, don't be shy, just colour it in, make it nice and colourful. My old olive is very well used, I have to say. This is Old Olive and Just Jade. So we're using quite a few of the new in colours. All of them have got blends apart from Bumblebee. I'm not too sure why. I guess it might be similar in alcohol form to other colours they've already got. Other yellow colours they've already got. So I am only doing this roughly because we don't need to do it. But I do like having the two, the light and the dark. It does help. And the other thing about alcohol markers is you might think, oh, that's looking really streaky, it's not blending very well. It's really important to let them dry. They don't take long to dry. I mean, they're talking about 10-15 seconds, just to let them dry out, because that really changes the colour and the blends that you get. So it's quite important that you don't, you know, you just let them sit and let them dry out, let the colour and the cardstock absorb. Okay. Okay, just go around. Just take the whiteness off of the edge. There we go. So that's all that done. Alright then, so this is my card blank. I haven't scored the card blanks this time, but just score at 3 7/8. Pieces. And that should do it fine. So this is a really nice, simple card. Make sure my blends are all dry. There should be. There, the black layer on. Now I have to say, when I did my original one, I was very careful where I put the circles, and I think I measured them to make sure they were exactly kind of spaced apart. I'm not going to do that in this video. You're more than welcome to you know, measure them and make sure you get them exactly kind of one in the center and the two equally on the other side. Oh, you'll have these. Oh, I'm missing an L. Missing an L. It doesn't. So these are the new foam sheets. You can see they add the dimension to the letters. So let's put these on first. And again, I think I got a ruler out when I did these first time around. Actually, I should start with the O. Gonna get myself in a pickle in a minute. Start with the O because that's the one that's that. So you can take your time doing this, making sure. So you will have an L that's separate. So just make sure in your bags, if you order the craft kit, so just make sure you're careful taking everything out of the bags. All the cards have got kind of quite some teeny weeny bits, so just be careful. I do like this. This is a playful alphabet set. It's a really nice set and I like it. Thinking whether I put the H upside down then, but I like it like that. You could have it either way really, couldn't you? Depends on how you feel. So let's get some dimensionals. And first of all, we're going to stick our leaves on. So you've got all the leaves cut in your craft box. You just need to find some foam pads or dimensionals to add them on. And then you can see how they bleed through. This is the normal Whisper White cardstock, so it does kind of work quite well. So he was in the middle. So we're going to just judge this today. Like I said, you can measure these out, make sure you get them exactly central. The thing is, it is a kind of, I guess what you call a clean and simple card in some ways. So you do, it's actually quite important when you've got cards like that, that it is all perfect. Because it just looks odd if something is out. You haven't got room for an error, but we're going to wing it because that's what we like to do. And there we go. That's that card. Next to that card, the champagne shimmer just adds a little extra to it. Yeah, I did put the H upside down. I guess it depends how you look. Look at it. Maybe I use a 0 rather than an O. Hey ho. I quite like it like that, so I'm happy. I was going to say, hopefully you can see the shimmer. It's very subtle on the leaves, but hopefully that works. Thank you.